Aloha, I'm Alaka Paleka. Welcome to Aloha Maui, brought to you by Hawaiʻi Community Foundation. Today, we'll be talking to many of the partners of the nonprofit agencies at Hawaiʻi Community Foundation, Kokua. Remember, Hawaiʻi Community Foundation. We bridge community givers with community doers. So today, let's start with Kelly Maluo-Pearson from the Boys and Girls Club. Now, we go way back. Like, were you in high school, I think?
That's way back.
My son's mother was playing softball with you. Noi Whitmarsh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a long time ago.
And then you moved to Maui and you were instrumental. I would not be Alaka Paleka today if it wasn't for Kelly Maluo-Pearson and your stage managing of Tag Team Karaoke, where I learned so much from Charlie Aruda about hospitality and just servicing. That was a good time, huh?
It was. And I would not be Kelly Maluo-Pearson if I didn't have the opportunity to work with you, Ala.
We had a good time.
Yes, we did.
But now you're like an
Still
executive director. That's like, you were the one right below.
Yes,
right?
for about 17 years
Right?
I served as the
And
director
then he
of
left. Was it
operations.
Cameron? Was his last name Cameron?
Hanlon.
Hanlon, the
Yes,
Dr.
fine.
Hanlon. And then you became the ED, Executive
Yes.
Director of Boys and Girls Club.
Correct.
So what does that, in a short, what do you guys do? What's your mission?
Our mission is to inspire and enable all youth to realize their full potential to become productive, responsible, and caring citizens. In a nutshell,
In a nutshell.
we're just a safe place for kids to have fun.
After school,
After
summertime,
school, whenever school is not in session, we're there for them.
they have rides to and from Boys and Girls Club.
Thank goodness we have the MEOU transportation program, so free rides from school
Wow.
to the club and from club to their residence. where
Is
they
it still $1?
It was $5 a year for a long time, and when pandemic hit, now it's free. It's been free since then.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Did you have to pivot after the Lahaina fires? Because I know you have a clubhouse in Lahaina as well.
Yes.
Did you have to pivot?
We did. I think we needed to pivot and do new things that we never did before, and still continue what we were doing all these years for the last 24 years. Immediately after the fire, we were 2 days later at War Memorial Stadium,
Wow.
where the families were displaced to. Put up a TV, brought out some supplies, art supplies, sports equipment. A couple days later, my team was in the van going out to Napili Park and doing mobile outreach services. Weeks.
Napili Park had a hub too, right?
Yes.
Wow,
And that's where
amazing.
the kids were after the fire. So
Wow. So how has Hawaiʻi Community Foundation helped the Boys and Girls Club, Central and Lahaina?
they've actually been a blessing to all of our 6 sites, and for the past 24 years. As far as post-fire, they came to our rescue. We're so grateful for them. With the funding that we got from Hawaiʻi Community Foundation, we were able to purchase a new van. What happened was our clubhouse was still standing.
It was.
Our van was parked right next door, and that thing got totally burned and destroyed. With the funding from Hawaiʻi Community Foundation, we were able to quickly go out, purchase a van, and that was a van that we were using to do mobile services at the park, at the Hyatt, and now Lahaina Intermediate School. So we also used the funding for the mobile outreach services, and then just recently, some of that funding went to our 1-year remembrance event, where we had over 100 kids on August 8th, 2024, a year later.
They had a lot of awesome remembrance events.
Yeah.
And maybe previously mental health wasn't talked about, but after the fire, everybody's talking about mental health. And I think it's a good thing, especially for our youth, because, they want to live a carefree lifestyle, but it's really hard after the trauma of the fires.
I agree. And, youth they're so resilient.
They are.
And at the same time, it's important, for us to make sure that we're there for them, and they're also different.
Yeah.
Each child, each teen is they're very different from one another. So when it comes to mental health, I think we just need to be there for them, make sure that we're there to listen to them,
Yes.
make sure that we're there to give them whatever they need at whatever time they need. And I think that's what I love about what we do at Boys and Girls Clubs of Maui. We're there for every child. So
I have seen a few of your members thrive. Po'okela Wood, who lives in Oahu now, he's quite a little musician. Kamaile, she's in charge of the mental health clinic in Lahaina.
Amazing.
You did good. You did good. Now, you said that Debbie provides the buses?
Yes, very important.
Debbie
And a lot more.
Cabebe, Maui Economic Opportunity, and we're all Gladys Spicer fans.
Yeah.
Did you work for her, with her?
She hired me, yeah.
She was quite a mover and shaker.
Yeah.
She developed all those buses that you guys use. The kupuna.
Yeah.
Don't they have their own transportation base yard now?
Yeah.
That's amazing. How about Head Start? Do you guys still house
We still
Head
have
Start?
Head Start. In fact, we have a Head Start center in Lahaina that was still standing, but we lost the roof and there was some other damage that occurred because of the fires. And so we're open now, thankfully.
Yes.
And the families, we have 20 families that we assist out there through Head Start. And we have 16 centers throughout Maui County. So we have one center on Molokai.
There was a time I was a preschool teacher in my life in Kia'au, but it was the best job I had. Preschool, Head Start, you're instrumental in developing a young person's life, and they decide what they're going to be and what they're going to become. You get to teach them their skills and their powers, the good and the bad. But this is Debbie Cabebe. You don't look like a Cabebe. You married Cabebe because, that's a very prevalent name in Wailuku town.
That is right. I did marry a Cabebe, one of the Cabebes.
Okay. And you're the CEO, Chief Economic Officer.
Chief Executive Officer.
Executive Officer for MEO.
Yes, yes.
Maui Economic Opportunity that we know was created by Gladys Spicer, and we always wanted to be her disciples. So what have you added to MEO?
Well, I took what Gladys started and I really tried to strengthen that. And I've been with the agency 24 years. And I was the HR officer. That's what she brought me in to help establish all the systems and policies and procedures. And then I was the COO, Chief Operating Officer, for about 6 years. And I've been CEO almost 8 years now. And we've really enhanced a lot of the programs that were started by Joe Suki and by Gladys Spicer, who really blossomed the whole organization. And we've had a commitment under my administration to focus on our neighbor islands. So making sure that Molokai, Lanai, and even in Hana, they have the resources needed. I think sometimes we forget how great the needs are, and the offices there are so small. So really trying to make sure that we provide the resources to support those communities.
And Gladys equipped you well because you were in charge of the people, and then you moved to the budget, which is all MEO, right? So Hana, Molokai, that's a different beast. Molokai is a whole different beast. Hana is almost the same as Molokai. So you go into the community and you find out what they need.
Yeah, so we were just in Hana on Wednesday to bless one of our buses that we purchased, and we have a new director out there, Kane, and he is really committed to the community. He understands the community and wants to expand services. So I know we're going to be doing some of our rental programs out there. We're going to expand some of our shuttle runs. And hopefully we can get our youth program out there too. We also do a youth prevention program, but it complements things that Kelly folks do at Boys and Girls Club. Ours is more in school, and we do prevention-based suicide prevention, bully prevention, underage drinking prevention. After the fires, we went out with some money from Hawaii Community Foundation and started helping the Lahaina students.
That's what I love about Maui. Like you just said, you have a youth program. I've been in other communities where, I have a youth program, so I'm not going to help you with your youth program. But I'm sure Kelly would share her resources with you to start a youth program. I love that about Maui.
Yeah, we do that all the time. We've been doing it for a lot of years, partner.
Right. And I attest that to the Queen Mother, Supreme of all things Hawaiian, Hokulani Holt, who taught us to play nicely. Even halau, Maui halau, exactly. When they go any place, they sit by each other and they help each other. They sing for each other. Yeah. It's amazing. Maui, you are amazing at how you take care of each other and how you will continue to take care of each other, even after wildfires of August 8, 2023. Mahalo to the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you. And thank you, Debbie Cabebe from Maui Economic Opportunity. We are Aloha Maui, brought to you by Hawaii Community Foundation, bridging community givers with community doers. We have more community doers coming up. Let's take a break.
The Maui Strong Fund of the Hawaii Community Foundation is embracing the people and places of Maui affected by the 2023 wildfires. With support and resources for immediate and long-term recovery needs. We're following a long-range plan, guided by the community's vision, and we're so grateful for the impact of your aloha for Maui. Mahalo for your support and for being a part of our community.
We've come through a massive storm. The canoe is on these shores of Lahaina, and we're rebuilding this canoe.
If I'm the captain of this ship, our goal is that we're going to bring all our people home and bring them back to where they want to be so that it can be a reflection of what the community wants.
Lokahi, coming together. Imoa, moving forward. Being pono, doing what's right. I want a place. Our kids don't want to leave. They want this home to be their home.
Aloha Maui, brought to you by Hawaii Community Foundation. I'm Alaka Paleka, and today we are talking with some of the nonprofit organizations that has received help from Hawaii Community Foundation. Now, some of these nonprofits span our Pai'aina, the entire state of Hawaii, and I believe that's what Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies Coalition of Hawaii does. Yes. Hi, how are you, Sunny?
Yes.
Okay. Tell everybody your name and what you do and where you work.
Hi, I'm Sunny with Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies, and we have been around for 32 years serving families in Hawaii. We've got 4 mobile clinics. We do social services and healthcare, and we have been blessed with being able to serve the community in that way.
Were you telling me this morning that you have a mobile van in Waipio Valley on Hawaii Island?
We do. Her
Girl.
name is Big Mama.
That's the Wild West.
It is, yeah.
Right?
The team out there does amazing work just trying to get to families who don't have access to care or difficulty accessing care. So.
And even though it's in your title that it's Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies, sometimes when you get to a home or you take your mobile, the Big Mama, to Waipio Valley, there could be other people, maybe not all wahine, could be grandfathers, could be teenagers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if one gets COVID shot, they all get COVID shot?
Right. We're not going to be like only mamas and babies. We serve the whole family. So yeah, it's our culture to take care of the whole family, and we're not going to just take care of mommy and baby. We're going to take care of grandma, grandpa, auntie, tutu, everyone. So that's how we protect families. That's how we protect babies. That's how we protect communities.
That makes so much sense. That's how we protect the mothers. That's how we protect the babies. We got to protect the whole family. Mm-hmm. You cannot just give COVID shots to mommy and baby.
Right.
Got to do the whole house. Duh. That makes so much sense now. And then we have Miss Molokai, Erika Kapu, and you're the COO.
I am the brand new and very first COO at Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies.
That means we're growing.
We are growing.
So what areas do we service throughout the entire state of Hawaii?
Question. So we recently expanded to Molokai the day before the Lahaina fires. We were there on August 7th for our very first community outreach. We are now servicing 30 families in Molokai.
That is amazing.
Yeah, we're very proud of that.
So it's ni hao no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But we'll
Never
have
know.
a mobile
Not yet.
unit there shortly.
Yeah.
So Kauai all the way across to Hawaii Island.
Hawaii Island as well.
That is amazing.
Our mobile services, we've got a fleet of 4 cars.
Okay.
And they have really unique, fun names.
Yes.
We've got OG Mama.
OG Mama.
We've
Big
got
Mama.
Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Mama Mia.
Oh.
And then we got Plan B because she's the backup.
You know, you need some humor in everyday life. You really, really do. Did you guys, as an organization, have to pivot or shift because of the Lahaina wildfires?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We couldn't do it without community partners, but really we called our partners out in Maui and we're like, hey, what can we do to help? And they were like, we don't know. We can't help ourselves right now. You guys need to come help. So absolutely just packed up everything, called our partners, called HCF, called Direct Relief, and we're the doer side. So we just went and packed up the car and called Young Brothers and we're like, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Okay. Our midwives, our clinical team came in on a jet ski. I went the long way, picked up the mobile clinic, OG Mama, and then we drove. And
Amazing.
we were on the beach at Pohaku Park.
I steal
day
phrases from Kehau all the time.
Okay, Hal called me and she was like, so when you gonna get the mobile clinic out there? And it was like, I don't know, day 4 or 5. I was like, okay, Hal, I'm here. She was like, oh, you do your thing. All right, we got you. It was amazing. Yeah.
It's amazing how she knows all of these. It's over 200 nonprofits that they funded, but she's the one that gave me Waybridge community tours with community givers or community givers with community doers, and they certainly do.
Yeah.
You're on Molokai how many times a month?
I just came back. I was there for the Molokai whole races, and then I stayed for the OHA meeting Tuesday, and I just came back over. Was planning to go back this weekend, hopefully, because Hawaii's Finest is throwing a concert for the community, and I like to be present for all of the community events.
Yes. And, it works because you are from Molokai. Molokai is, they take care of their own.
Yes.
And they will divulge or they will let you help because you're from Molokai.
It's
and
a little bit.
Totally understand that way. Hana's kind of like the same way.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So we just believe we meet the people wherever they are. If it takes getting us a mobile clinic there, if it takes us flying staff once a week, whatever it takes, we want to fill all of those gaps.
And yes, we did have fires in Kula and Kihei.
Yep.
But Molokai came across the waters as soon as they saw the fires.
Yeah.
They helped people in the water.
Yeah.
They didn't care where they landed.
No.
They brought cocoa, diapers, water, generators.
Gas,
Molokai
everything.
is amazing.
Yeah, they brought. We're in the water and we're unloading to the beach and getting all the diapers and essentials. And then at the first couple of days, they didn't allow anybody but healthcare. So we were in scrubs. We purposely, we didn't know. We just were in scrubs. And then we were able to get in and out of Lahaina. So we were calling in medications for the kupuna, for the mommies.
Right. Are you a healthcare trained individual?
My background is nursing.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I love to help mommies with breastfeeding, so I do lactation. But our team has midwives. We've got
The doulas.
a nurse practitioner.
Doulas.
We got
We have
doula.
a huge doula program. We have about 30 doulas.
Wow, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And what about we take care of you when you're birthing, but what about? I'm not really ready to have a baby yet. Control? What
We
would you call that?
absolutely do that. We take care of women reproductive health is what we call it.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's a politically correct term. Women's
And any
reproductive health. I like it. Because sometimes the young girls they need.
Right.
They do.
And it's not just girls, it's their partners. It's, pregnant and birthing people, but also pre-pregnancy, all their partners, STI testing, family planning. We're here to fill those gaps as well.
Wow. And not being silly about it, but just being honest and real. That's what these young people need because they're exposed
Yes.
to a lot. Like we had to wait because, grandma was in charge of the TV. But now on the internet, there's so much you can see and experience, and just being honest with our youth, and letting them know you don't have to. You don't have to do what you don't want to. You can do what you want to, but there are precautions. Reproductive health.
Yes. I think that goes into anything that we do. All of our service require a real high level of transparency.
Yes.
And that's how we build community trust. When we go to Molokai, when we go to Hana, when we go to Waipio, without that transparency, there's no way for us to bridge that community and break those barriers.
Yes.
Yep.
And it doesn't just happen on the first time.
No.
You have to go again.
Absolutely.
Consistency.
Again. The trust builds and again and again.
And really at the core of what we do, I would say it's the social services, it's the cribs, it's the food, it's the car seats and all the, diapers and wipes that we provide for families. That kind of gets us in the door to build the trust. Being from the community, we just have this amazing team of wahine and mothers who just care about their community. And I my favorite quote is, the mothers will tell you where to go and where to be, and then you take care of the whole community that way. So
I love that. I have learned so many awesome phrases with this program. Thank you so much. What's your hope for the future? For the whole state of Hawaii.
How much time we got?
Right. Especially for your program.
Right.
And, because if you come up with a good plan, Hawaii Community Foundation is going to help you. You just call Kehao.
Yeah, I know Kehao.
Yeah. How can we help you guys grow and be?
I think families are under so much stress right now.
They are.
Not just, coming out of COVID and the fires and the disaster, but I think young families and multi-generational families living in Hawaii, people think it's beaches and paradise, but really, there's a lot of struggle, mental health, you touched on it with our youth, but also our mothers. And that's the reason why that's the number one killer is mental health associated and substance use associated. We have the highest rates of homelessness, right? And one of the highest in the country. I would love to see some sort of universal program where we can completely eradicate homelessness, at least protect our families, our young families.
Yes.
And I think we can do that. We're tight-knit. We love each other. At the core of what we do, it's rooted in love and community to take care of each other. And I think at the least, the most vulnerable, we can take care of their families and be healthier together. That would be the hope.
Erika.
It's a hard one to follow up, yeah?
Right.
She's a visionary.
But I'm sure you're the COO.
So I have a lot of plans.
Yeah, what's your training in? Because she's a nurse.
So my background is actually in private equity. I was a serial entrepreneur by myself. I owned a few businesses. I sold a few businesses, and then I started working for a private equity firm.
You're the mover and shaker. She's the one with the ideas.
She's the idea.
She's the Malama queen.
She is.
You're the mover and shaker.
Who are we calling first so we can make it happen?
Right.
We don't want to wait for the solution, right? We want to create them.
Indeed.
We don't want to wait for them.
Well, thank you very much. And Hawaii Community Foundation is there for you. You know that. You just call Kehao, right? Everybody just call Kehao. She got you. I'm amazed at the people she knows with over 200 nonprofits that were helped.
Yeah, we're grateful to be one of her 200.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just during the wildfires. Mm-hmm. I can imagine her job after this.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we're going to deal with homelessness and mental health. And yeah, thank you, Hawaii Community Foundation. Micah, you know who to hire. You're smart. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. And I wish you nothing but success for taking care of the mommies who are going to tell us where to go and what to be and who to help.
Yep.
Talk Aloha Maui can be found anywhere your podcasts are, or you can go to YouTube and watch us because we look lovely. Aloha Maui.
Aloha. Thank you so much for sharing your love, your support, your kindness, your compassion.
We felt that strengthened our community in ways that I hope that they know, that they feel is immeasurable.
Mahalo nui.
Mahalo. Thank you.
Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. Thank you for our full aloha around the world.
I love working with my hands, so for me to do what I'm doing right now is probably one of the biggest healers I have. We lost our home on August 8th. It's been a roller coaster for the last few months, but we're doing good, and we're really happy that things are moving forward. I may have been the first to start with a new construction. I'm certainly not the last. We're gonna rebuild our neighborhoods, and we're gonna have the ohana that we've always wanted. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
I'm Alaka Paleka, and this is Aloha Maui, brought to you by Hawaiʻi Community Foundation. Today we're talking with some nonprofits that help each other and who have also been helped by Hawaiʻi Community Foundation. Today we're going to start with supermodel, lawyer, president, and CEO of Maui United Way, Economou. Did I say that correct?
You said it perfectly.
Because that's my best Greek.
You nailed it. You're like a Greek.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you Greek?
I am Greek.
You are very handsome.
Thank you.
You could be a supermodel.
Thanks. Maybe for my next gig.
Right. Are you a trained lawyer?
I am. Yes, I'm a licensed attorney.
What's your specialty?
Now it's nonprofit administration and governance.
Okay.
But previously I'd done a lot of land use law.
Okay. We like that kind.
Thank you.
We need you. We need you. But it's after your work with
Yes.
Maui United Way. Tell us a little bit about what is really Maui United Way and how do you guys operate?
The easiest way to explain it is we connect the right people with the right resources to make the right things happen. And that happens in a few different ways. So for instance, we are the fiscal sponsor for Bobby's nonprofit, and that means that we provide back of the house help with the compliance and accounting side of things. We provide a lot of grants. Right now we're putting out $1 million worth of food security grants to different nonprofits to help food security throughout Maui County. And that's, prepared foods, food boxes, and even projects to build resilience in our food systems. And then other things that we do are we provide capacity building activities for smaller nonprofits. We raise a lot of money for other nonprofits. And we have a hotline that people can call throughout the state. And the number is 211. And
Yes.
if you have unmet needs, you can report those to us. And we work with local, state, federal government to get those needs met. And we also connect people with nonprofits that can help them and provide services to them.
Does Maui United Way still have that once a year event where everybody, we try to get millions of dollars and then you guys have a little session and then you disperse the funds?
We do that. That was before the fires. That was our number one grant, our community impact grants. But after the fires, as we all know, the needs of the community have grown immensely. So we do a lot more than just that one grant now.
And one of your grants is for Bobby Pahia's Kaya Lahui. Am I correct, Bobby?
Yes, that is correct. That
Right.
is my nonprofit organization that we formed.
Bobby Pahia, of course, Mary Alice.
This is my older sister. Yes.
Linda.
My older sister too.
Shane Hawaiian homeboy Kahale
My nephew.
Right?
Yep.
So you have a lot of workforce.
Yes.
Oh, that is awesome. I think food security is very important.
Food security is definitely very important. Unfortunately, our community has not really grabbed the reality on how food insecure we are over here in Hawaii.
I think you are correct. After the wildfires, we found that we need our own food, and we have the ability. It doesn't take a whole lot of aina. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. The challenge is when you look at our state ag budget, it's less than 0.5%. So that'll tell you where our political will is in the state of Hawaii. And I don't put it on the policymakers or our legislators. I think our community has a sense, an idea of how food insecure we are. Our community knows, but I think that they don't know the vehicle or the avenues to take to address it.
Because when I hear Bobby Pahia, I automatically know that you're on taro farm and you get poi. I know that. So food security, how do we as a community accomplish? Okay, because if it was, in the end times, all I really need is lo'i, cucumbers and tomatoes. I can live on poi, tomatoes, and cucumbers, for real. I could. How do I accomplish that as a single citizen in this place?
Well, to address that, and really any pressing issue in Hawaii, it takes engagement. I'm not talking about individual engagement. When you understand the analytics of our registered voters and how many people vote in presidential years and non-presidential years, and when you analyze the percentages of who actually votes, for example, 80% of our registered voters are 65 years and older.
Yeah.
And of Asian descent.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that.
Unfortunately, especially in our Hawaiian communities, we have garnered an attitude of, like, what's the sense of me voting? Nothing changes anyway. There's no sense, and that's a problem. That's something that I want to tackle, is to educate people to how important their role as an individual citizen in this system of democracy, what it plays. The power lies within the community. But the only way we activate this leverage is by, number one, voting. Number two, engaging. Everyone can sign up for a Hawaii.gov account, and you can create an account on there. And when legislative session comes around, you can go on the site and you can either oppose or you can support legislation. And that carries a lot of weight. Now, that's the second tier of engaging. The third tier of engaging is actually showing up at legislative hearings and making your voice heard. I'll give you a good example, Ala. When the fires took place in Lahaina, our Lahaina community got together and they all showed up at the legislative hearings. And when you look at the bills that were being proposed, you'd be amazed at how many bills were passed because of the leverage.
At the people right there.
Yes. We hold the power. Unfortunately, we live in a democratic system where our policymakers and legislators really supposed to be the voice of the people. However, unfortunately, in my opinion, that's not the case. We have big money and special interests in politics.
We do.
It's evident. It's very evident. And I don't want to go. I have to address this. 2 years ago, we proposed the publicly funded elections, or some people call it the clean election bill. That was very important because if that type of legislation passes, we take big money and special interests out of the process, create an equal playing field so more people can participate in the process of being elected. And that's very, very important because what we're lacking, and I'm not only talking about food security, but many other issues, Ala, is that we lack, number one, participation in the system, but we also lack, and this is a big one, we lack trust in our government.
We lack trust.
And we need to elevate that perspective, that initiative. And I want to talk a little bit about Maui United Way. I'm a big food security advocate, and the coronavirus pandemic and the fires really brought to light all the gaps in our food chain and in our system. And thankfully to Maui United Way, they were my fiscal sponsors in addressing food security issues. And I got to take my hat off, and many thanks to the Maui United Way team for helping address food security.
What is food security? That means having food, right?
I think it means a lot of different things. And, you know, on the most basic level, it means having food and access to food. But like Bobby said, we don't have a substantial food supply if shipments stop coming to Hawaii.
Exactly.
So one of my big concerns is that long-term food supply. It's that idea that we all have access to food in an emergency. And I think if anything, God forbid, ever happens to our harbor, we would be in a really bad situation. Back when I was on the board of the food bank, we used to say that we have about 7 days worth of supply of food on island at any given time. And if we don't get shipments in, that's going to go really quick. And so to me, food security is more than just your day-to-day meals. It's what you do in the long term. It's the systems that you have in place. And like Bobby was saying, I think we as a community and our local government and our state government need to pay more attention to that larger system of food supply in Hawaii, because instead of growing all of these plants and trees that don't bear any fruit, bear any food, we kind of need to change that. We need to be thinking long term, because the disasters that are occurring around our country and here in Hawaii are only going to occur with more frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking small. I'm thinking, I just need my tomatoes, cucumbers, and lo'i for my own personal use. But in a disaster, it would probably get demolished anyway. So we have to go beyond. We need a whole show on food security. That's what we need.
Yes, we do.
And
do a whole
engagement.
series.
A whole series. And we just touched upon this event. But thank you for helping Bobby Pahia.
It's a pleasure.
With his food security. I know we buy poi all the time when Shane get. And thank you. Apparently you've been around Maui helping this island a lot. Food bank?
Yeah, I try. I've been blessed to work with a few great nonprofits. The Maui
Right?
Food Bank, the Maui Family YMCA.
Marlene
Best Buddies
started
Hawaii.
my day at Kapoi. She always did that little minute of inspiration right before the news.
She's wonderful.
She's wonderful. And both of you are wonderful for continuing to care about Maui. And so are you, Hawaii Community Foundation, for loving us and caring about us pre-fire, during the fire, and even now. Talk Aloha Maui can be found on any place, any platform you find your podcast. You can find us on YouTube. You can watch us and you can tell, are we telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Pretty much. Hawaii Community Foundation, mahalo.